When it goes on Matthew 21, reading from verse 12 to 13, when Jesus goes into the temple, he drives out those selling in the temple, overturns the tables, and we look at this aspect of Jesus' righteous anger, and we see his anger directed towards those that should know better, those that are in the church, the religious leaders. His strongest words were against the Pharisees. He called them whitewashed tombs, snakes, brood of vipers, hypocrites, and his anger's often directed towards those that are in the temple, in the church, doing things that are dishonoring to God. And here again, the second account. First account is the beginning of his ministry. He makes those whips and he confronts the money changers. Here he's overturning the tables. We read it from verse 12. And Jesus entered the temple and drove out all those who were buying and selling in the temple. So this is after the triumphal entry. This is nearing the end of his ministry. And again, coming into the temple righteously in anger, although it doesn't say anger, but we see a righteous anger of God against those who are trying to make money out of the church. The church, the gospel is free, and it should never be something that we use to make money. And here they are buying and selling in the temple. And he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who are selling doves. When he said to them, "It is written, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you're making it a robber's den." The house of God, and we are the temple of God, and we should be those that are dedicating ourselves to prayer and in communion with God, not about trying to make money for ourselves. This he quotes from Isaiah 56 verse 7, where it says, "Even those I will bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices will be acceptable on my altar, for my house will be called a house of prayer for all the peoples." And so when their hearts are right and their prayers are directed towards God, then their sacrifices are acceptable. Psalm 69 verse 9, "The zeal for your house has consumed me, and the reproaches of those who reproach you have fallen on me." God loves his church. He's got a zeal for his church to keep it holy, and so he has a righteous anger when the church is not doing what it should do, because this is his display of who he is in the world today. It's his bride. It should be without spot and blemish, and so it's a terrible reproach when the church is not behaving like it should. And here we see Jesus' attitude towards those in the temple.